Stop. Do not scroll past this message. Look at me right now. You did not arrive here by accident. Give me just 1 minute of your absolute attention, because heaven itself bypassed the entire digital world to find you. This is an urgent interruption to your day. The clock is ticking toward a critical moment in your timeline, and if you walk away now, you might miss the exact rescue I have prepared for you. Listen to the sound of my voice in the deepest place of your heart. Something just shifted in the unseen realm. I have aligned time itself to bring you to this exact intersection. You were almost ready to give up on everything. I saw your thoughts last night. I saw the quiet desperation in your soul as you stared into the dark. And I decided that my silence had to end before your hope vanished completely. You paused. And now I am going to speak to the deepest place in you. Breathe. Let your shoulders drop for just this second. The rush of the world can wait. I did not bring you here to lecture you or to make you feel guilty. I brought you here because I love you with an everlasting love, and I see how incredibly tired your spirit has become after fighting alone for so long. You have been fighting battles in absolute silence. No one around you knows the weight you carry. You smile for them. You keep going. You pretend that everything is fine because they depend on your strength. But every morning when you wake up, a heavy cloud of fatigue is already sitting on your chest before you even open your eyes. You feel like you are running out of time. I am stepping into your atmosphere today to give you a solemn warning. The enemy has been trying to drown out my voice in your life with a loud wall of noise and anxiety. He wants you to believe that you are forgotten. He wants you to think that your prayers are just bouncing off the ceiling. But that is a lie from the pit of darkness. And I am here to tear down that deception right now. Think about how many videos you have looked at today. Think about how easy it would have been to slide your thumb and erase these words from your screen. But you did not do it because your spirit recognized the frequency of your Creator. I manipulated the very numbers of this platform to break through the clutter. I did it because your heart desperately needs this life raft before the storm overwhelms you. The season of waiting has drained you in ways you have never told a single human being. You have looked at the years passing by, and you have wondered if you arrived late to your own destiny. You see others moving forward while you feel entirely stuck in a fog of uncertainty. But hear me with your entire soul. You are not behind. What you have called a painful delay has actually been a holy protection. I was shielding you from rooms you were not ready to enter. I was hiding you from people who were not equipped to carry the weight of your pure heart. If I had opened those doors when you wanted them, the premature blessing would have crushed you. But you could not see the hidden traps in the dark. You could not see the wolves dressed in sheep clothing who wanted to steal your light. So I chose to hold you back. I chose to let you feel the sting of isolation. It was not a punishment. It was a rigorous preparation for a massive shift that is happening in the atmosphere right now. I am shaking the foundations of your life not to destroy you, but to rebuild you on a rock that can never be shaken. And this message is your official notice that the processing time is officially over. Do not let distraction steal this moment from you. The adversary knows that if you listen to the end of this message, his chains will lose their grip on your mind. He will try to flash another notification on your screen. He will try to remind you of a chore or a bill to pay. Resist the urge to turn away. I need your absolute focus for the next few minutes because heaven has authorized a release over your life today. Are you listening to me? Do not just hear the words, but feel the warmth of my presence settling into the room where you are sitting. I know your name. I know the exact number of hairs on your head. I have recorded every single tear you have dropped into your pillow when the house was quiet and the world was asleep. Not a single drop was wasted in my kingdom. You have been acting as a living refuge for everyone else. They come to you when they are broken. They drain your energy. They take your kindness and they give you nothing but disappointment in return. You have asked me why your love is constantly met with coldness. You have asked me why you must always be the strong one while you quietly break inside. I have seen your secret tears. I am establishing a holy discernment inside your spirit today. You are going to stop pouring your precious oil into broken vessels that refuse to be healed. I am changing your identity from a weary survivor into a powerful king. You have allowed people to treat you like a stepping stone because you forgot who you are. But I am reminding you that you are an heir to an unshakable kingdom. Look at your life through my eyes for just one moment. Stop evaluating your worth based on your bank account or your relationship status. Those are temporary metrics of a fallen world. You are a carefully formed masterpiece. I spent time shaping your soul in the secret place before you ever drew a breath. And I did not design you to crawl through existence in perpetual fear and lack. I know your heart is tired. Your mind is racing with 1,000 questions about tomorrow. How will the bills be paid? How will the body be healed? How will the broken family be put back together? Take a deep breath right now. Let the air fill your lungs, and let my peace steady your racing pulse. I am already standing in your tomorrow. I have already arranged the provisions you need. The delay you have suffered was a divine setup for a sudden breakthrough. When I move on your behalf, it will not be a gradual improvement. It will be an immediate reversal that will shock the people who counted you out. They watched you walk through the fire, and they thought you would burn. But they are about to see you walk out of the furnace without even the smell of smoke on your clothes. But you must make a quality decision today. You must choose to stand firm in faith and surrender your worries to my custody. You cannot fight this spiritual warfare with your empty earthly strength. The weapons of your warfare must be spiritual. You must learn to be still and let the Lord of hosts fight the battle for you. Your primary job is to hold your position and trust my timing. The clock is ticking toward the close of a very long cycle of hardship in your family line. You are the one I have anointed to break the generational curses of poverty and depression. The enemy targeted you from your childhood because he saw the mantle of leadership on your shoulders. He tried to crush your spirit before you could realize your power, but you survived every single attack. You are still here. You are still breathing. Your heart is still beating. That is proof that the enemy failed to destroy your destiny. He threw his best weapons at you, and you are still standing. Now it is my turn to speak. Now it is my turn to move. I am rising up on your behalf, and I am ordering the unseen realm to align with the promises I made to your ancestors. If this message is resonating with the deepest chambers of your spirit, do not let it slip away into the reservoir of forgotten thoughts. Anchor this truth in your memory. Write it on the tablet of your mind. We are just beginning to scratch the surface of what needs to be revealed to you today. There is an explicit reason why this message had to find you before the sun sets on this day. Do not move. Stay exactly where you are and keep your heart open. In the next section, I am going to peel back the curtain of your past and show you the exact moment when the trajectory of your life was altered. I am going to show you why the pain had to be so deep, and I am going to introduce you to the version of yourself that is about to walk out of this wilderness. Breathe deeply once more. Let my calm wash over your thoughts. You are no longer alone in the dark. The light of the morning is breaking through the horizon, and the rescue that was promised long ago is finally standing at your front door. Listen closely to what follows. Our conversation is just beginning. Come closer, my child. Let me speak softly to the part of you that is most tired. Now that you are here, let me tell you what I see when I look at your heart. I do not see the mask of strength that you wear for the public. I do not see the brave smile that you force onto your face every single day. I see the raw truth of your exhaustion. I saw you when you thought the sound of the running water in the bathroom would cover the sound of your crying. You turned the faucet on high because you did not want anyone in the house to ask you what was wrong. You pressed your forehead against the cold tile wall and you let the hot tears stream down your face in total secrecy. I was there with you. I saw you when you sat on the edge of your bed last night. The room was completely dark and the silence of the house felt like a heavy blanket pressing down on your shoulders. You held your chest with both of your hands because the pain in your heart was too big for physical words. You were too exhausted to even form a proper prayer. You folded your body into the smallest possible shape and you pressed your face into your pillow so no one would hear your sighs. You felt completely detached from the world around you. You wondered if anyone on this planet actually knew the depth of the sadness that was consuming your spirit. I counted every single drop of those tears. None of your silent suffering has been invisible to my eyes. I have kept an accurate record of every lonely path you have walked. Like this video right now, not for the world to see, but as a silent act of agreement between your broken heart and my eternal throne. Let this physical touch anchor your faith in this very moment. You have been the designated strong person for everyone else in your life. When your friends are broken, they run to you for shelter. When your family members are in financial or emotional trouble, they expect you to fix it. You have become a living refuge for people who never bother to ask how you are doing inside. You pour out everything. You pour out your energy and your time and your love until you are completely empty. And then you come home to a quiet room with nothing but your own heavy thoughts. You have asked me why your pure kindness is constantly met with cold disappointment. You have wondered why you must always be the pillar while you are breaking. I know the specific sting of being misunderstood by the people you love the most. You give them your best intentions, and they twist your words into weapons. You sacrifice your own comfort to make their journeys easier, and they treat your sacrifice like an obligation. They love what your hands can provide, but they do not care about your soul. I saw you when you walked through the grocery store with a heavy heart and a fake smile on your face. You passed by hundreds of strangers and you felt completely invisible to everyone. You felt like a ghost walking through a loud and crowded world. You wondered if your life mattered to anyone at all, or if you were just a tool for others. Let my voice quiet the loud chatter of those toxic dupes. You are not an accident, and you are not a tool to be discarded. You are a treasure that I have hidden in the palm of my hand. I allowed the world to leave you alone for a season so that you would learn to lean completely on my everlasting arms. Your isolation was design. I watched you when you wanted to reach out to someone, but you deleted the text message before sending it. You realized that no one in your circle had the capacity to understand the complexity of your pain. You did not want to be a burden to anyone, so you chose to swallow the bitter medicine of loneliness by yourself. I felt that ache. I was closer to you than the very floor you were sitting on during those dark hours. Every time your heart throbbed with a wave of rejection, my spirit throbbed with compassion for you. I have never looked away from your process. I have never judged your moments of weakness or your questions of doubt, because I know your frame. I know that you are made of dust, and I know the exact limit of your endurance. You have reached that limit, my beloved child. You cannot carry this heavy machinery of survival on your own strength for another single day. I am demanding that you give the heavy bags to me, because I am your true father and I am ready to carry you. Do you feel that sudden heavy pressure lifting from your chest right now? That is the physical manifestation of my grace entering your atmosphere. I am breaking the invisible chains of emotional fatigue that have locked your soul in a dark dungeon. You are being released from the prison of your own racing thoughts. I saw the nights you lay awake running through every past decision in your head. You blamed yourself for trusting the wrong people. You blamed yourself for opening your sacred garden to hands that only wanted to pluck your flowers and leave you barren. You carry a mountain of regret for things you cannot change. I have forgiven it all. I need you to forgive yourself in this very hour. The past is a dead country, and I have already washed your history clean with my love. Those people who walked away from you were not your loss. They were my broom, sweeping your floor to make room for a holy alignment that will change your financial and spiritual future completely. You have wept over the endings because you could not see the hidden plots against your destiny. You thought you were being rejected by men, but you were actually being protected by God. I had to separate you from the noise of the crowd so that you could hear the gentle whisper of my instruction for your next great leap. I saw you when you looked at your old photographs and you missed the version of yourself that used to laugh without fear. You missed the innocence and the vibrant energy that you used to possess before the betrayals broke your spirit. You felt like that beautiful version of you was dead forever, but I promise you that it is not. I am resurrecting the joy that the enemy tried to steal from your youth. What you are walking into is not a return to the past, but an ascension into a glorious authority that you have never experienced before. The scars on your heart are not signs of your defeat. They are the official credentials of your secret spiritual warfare. You have survived the ultimate testing ground of isolation, and you did not deny my name. You kept a tiny ember of faith alive even when the freezing winds of disappointment tried to blow it out completely. I am proud of your endurance, my secret warrior. I am honored by the way you held on to my promises in the middle of the dark. Let the tears flow if they need to flow right now. Do not apologize for your brokenness, because my power is made perfect in the exact place where your strength ends. You do not have to be the provider or the protector for the next few minutes. You can simply be my child. Let my peace cover your thoughts like a gentle evening rain. The truest definition of your identity is not found in the opinions of those who failed to value you. They could not see your worth because their spiritual eyes were blinded by their own selfishness. Stop looking for validation from broken wells that have no water to give. Turn your gaze back to my face and receive your true crown. But why did the loving Father allow his chosen champion to endure this extreme isolation for so many months? Why did the answers to your most urgent prayers seem to be withheld while the wicked prospered all around you? Pause right here. Let this critical question settle into the deepest chamber of your soul. Listen carefully to the next part, because the answer to this question will shatter the illusions of your pain. It will reveal the strategic genius of heaven behind every single teardrop you have shed. Your perspective is about to change forever. Do not turn away from the light that is coming to illuminate your understanding. I need you to understand something deeply right now. Do not call that painful delay a failure. Let me reveal the grand truth behind your closed doors. What you perceived as a bitter rejection was actually my intense protection. I was changing the very foundation of your life because I wanted to rebuild you into a monument of my glory. You have looked at your life, and you have wondered why every step forward feels so heavy lately. You have asked me why the answers you begged for seem completely delayed. You have questioned your own value in the dark. You feel like time is running out. But hear me with the deepest part of your heart, because you are not lagging behind. Let me tell you a story about a great champion of mine from the ancient days. There was a powerful prophet named Elijah who had just called down fire from heaven. It was the greatest miracle of his entire generation, and he defeated the darkness completely. But right after that massive victory, he ran straight into the desolate wilderness. He traveled for a whole day into the scorching desert to escape his enemies. He was completely exhausted in his body, and his spirit was entirely empty. He lay down under a lonely broom tree, and he asked me to take his life. He told me that he had given everything he had, and he could not fight another battle. He felt completely alone in the world, and he believed that his mission was an absolute failure. He was not a weak man, but he was simply drained of all his human strength. My child, I did not rebuke him for his deep exhaustion, and I did not judge his broken prayer. I knew exactly how much weight he had been carrying. Instead of lecturing him, I sent a loving angel to bring him fresh bread. I provided a jar of clean water, and I allowed him to sleep in the quiet shadow. I did not demand that he get up and perform miracles immediately. I gave him the holy space to rest, because I cared about his soul more than his production. He ate the food, and he drank the water, and then he lay down to sleep. Again, he needed a season of complete stillness to heal his wounded mind. The journey ahead was too great for his own empty capacity. I restored his energy step by step in the quiet of the desert until his strength returned to him completely. You are that exhausted champion today. I have watched you fight a long and brutal warfare in secret for many years. You have carried the financial burdens of your home, and you have absorbed the emotional blows of constant betrayal. You have given your last drop of energy to keep everyone else afloat while you were secretly breaking. Nobody asked how your soul was doing while they enjoyed the fruits of your labor. They came to you for shelter, and they left you alone in your own dark night. You have stood under your own broom tree wishing that you could just disappear from existence. You have whispered that you cannot take this heavy pressure anymore. I am telling you that it is okay to be tired. I am not demanding that you perform for me or prove your faith today. I am inviting you to sit under the shadow of my wings and rest. Eat the bread of my truth, and let my presence recharge your empty vessel, because you cannot finish this great destiny on your own strength. If you receive this truth into your spirit, comment "God is my safe refuge" below. Let those words seal your declaration in the unseen realm today. Let the world know that you are stepping out of the role of a victim and into the place of my absolute stewardship. Your trembling obedience will activate a massive shift. Now look back at the relationships that walked away from you last year. Remember the jobs that rejected your application when you needed them the most. You cried because you thought you were failing, but I was actually closing those doors because the people inside those rooms were planning to destroy your future destiny. I saw the hidden traps that the adversary placed in your path. If I had allowed you to succeed in those comfortable places, your light would have been extinguished completely. I had to prune the branches that were hindering your growth because I am preparing you for a magnificent harvest of supernatural abundance. The cutting was painful, but it was absolutely necessary for your elevation. You have been standing still in a thick fog of uncertainty, but that fog was not a sign of confusion. It was my holy cloud hiding you from the spiritual enemies who were looking for you to destroy your purpose before you could grow. I kept you invisible until the season of extreme danger passed away completely, and now the atmosphere is clear for your rapid advancement. Hear me, my beloved child. The season that has exhausted you is closing. It is not closing gradually, but it is ending right now at my specific command over your life. I am stripping the authority away from every negative voice that told you your dreams had expired. You are rising from the dust of your disappointments with double honor. Every single tear you dropped into your pillow has been processed by the supreme courts of heaven. I am turning your old sorrow into a weapon. The enemy targeted you from your youth because he saw the mantle of a cycle breaker on your shoulders. He was absolutely terrified of your spiritual awakening. He tried to crush your spirit before you could realize your true power. He used financial lack and family chaos to keep your head bowed down in shame. But you are still here, and you are still holding onto my hand. The best weapons of the dark realm have failed to destroy your royal destiny completely. I am declaring over your life that the long night of isolation is finally over. You are walking out of the wilderness not as a wounded survivor, but as a leader. The wisdom you gained in the dark is a treasure that the comfortable people can never possess. Do you feel that sudden shift in your chest right now? The weights of the past are breaking apart into tiny pieces. The financial stagnation that blocked your family line for generations is dissolving under my powerful word. I am releasing a wave of supernatural provision that will chase you down and overtake you. You thought you were breaking, but you were actually being reshaped. A jewel covered in dust is still infinitely precious to the Master who created it. I have cleaned your royal garments, and I have restored your holy crown. You are no longer the one who must survive alone in fear. I am raising you up to be a beacon of light for other lost souls. The pain you endured gave you a deep compassion that cannot be manufactured by human wisdom. You will become a living miracle that others will behold with absolute wonder and praise. They will look at you and they will wonder how you survived the fire without burning. They saw where you started and they will see where you stand. Your story will not end in this wilderness. I am writing a new chapter for your life, and the pen is in my hand. No human being can erase the words that I have written. The people who counted you out will be forced to watch your elevation. They thought you were buried forever, but they did not know you were a seed. I am pulling you out of the ground, and I am exposing your growth to the light of day. Your harvest will be so large that your barns will not be able to hold it. The season of preparation is completely finished under the cover of darkness. Now, lift your eyes and straighten your back. Look at my face. The training ground is entirely behind you, and the promised land is standing directly before your eyes because your processing time is over. Do not let your mind slip back into the old patterns of anxiety. The old timeline has been erased completely. We are crossing the threshold now. It is a new territory of victory, and let the words of my mouth establish your new reality before the sun sets on this beautiful day. Every obstacle that stood in your path is being removed by my hand. The mountains are melting like wax before my presence. You do not need to fight this battle with your own empty weapons, because the Lord of hosts has already conquered the field. Your primary responsibility is to hold your ground and watch my glory. Listen closely to what is coming next, because heaven is about to issue an official decree over your situation. The chains are trembling, and the prison doors are unlocking right now. The time for hiding is officially over. Receive my word and walk forward into your ultimate breakthrough without any fear. Hear me, my child. The cloud has lifted and the decree of heaven has been signed today. This is the exact moment of your absolute liberation. The waiting season that has exhausted your spirit is officially finished. I am stepping into your situation with a consuming fire to burn away every invisible chain that has held you back from your true inheritance. I am declaring over you right now that the pattern ends here. The ceiling your family has lived under for generations is breaking its authority over your life in this very moment. The lack and the fear and the belief that abundance belongs to someone else will no longer dictate your choices. You are the one I chose to walk out of that dark prison. The adversary thought he could trap you in a permanent loop of failure and lack. He watched your ancestors struggle and he assumed you would succumb to the same bitter fate. He targeted your mindset from your childhood because he saw the mantle of a cycle breaker on your shoulders. But his weapons have expired against your destiny today. You said yes to my voice in the dark when no one was watching. You carried your integrity like a heavy shield through the mud of betrayal. You did not sell your soul for temporary comfort or compromise your character when you were empty. I have recorded your faithfulness, and I am ready to reward your endurance with double honor. I am changing your legal status in the realm of the spirit today. You are no longer classified as a weary survivor or a wandering refugee. You are an heir to an unshakable kingdom, and my power is backing your name. I am issuing an eviction notice to every tormenting spirit of depression and anxiety that has camped around your mind. I command every generational lock on your finances to shatter into 1,000 pieces. The spirit of poverty that made your family suffer for nothing is stripped of its authority right now. You will no longer live from paycheck to paycheck or borrow from tomorrow to survive today. I am opening the treasuries of heaven to supply your needs. I am releasing a double portion of restoration into your earthly vessel. Every single year that the locusts have eaten will be paid back to you with compounding interest. The opportunities that you thought were lost forever are being resurrected by my breath. You are crossing the threshold into a territory of supernatural abundance and peace. My beloved child, look at the heavy bags you have been carrying for so many years. Your hands are cramping from holding on to control, and your spirit is bruised from trying to fix what only I can heal. You have carried the financial debts and the emotional brokenness of your entire family circle until your bones are completely empty. Stop right where you are. Drop the heavy bags at my feet right now. Close your eyes and breathe in my supernatural grace. Let your tight shoulders drop and let your racing mind become completely still. The rush of the world can wait because your Father is holding your hand. You do not have to fight this battle on your own anymore. Imagine your financial debts and your emotional hurts being placed under my eternal throne. Let go of the steering wheel completely and let me navigate the road ahead. I am not asking you to engineer the solution because I am your ultimate provision. As you surrender your worries into my custody, the windows of heaven are opening for you. Receive the supernatural peace that breaks all human logic. Receive the immediate restoration of your mental and physical strength. You are completely covered and you are entirely safe. The battle is no longer yours because the Lord of hosts has taken over your cause. The enemies you see today will be gone forever by tomorrow morning. I am opening financial channels that you did not even know existed. People who do not even know your name will be moved by my spirit to favor you in business. Doors that were locked tightly against your ancestors are trembling right now at my command. You will walk into rooms of influence and they will recognize the light of my presence. Those who laughed at your silent tears will see my hand elevate you. They watched you walk through the fire and they expected you to burn to ashes. But they are about to see you walk out of the furnace with absolute authority and power. Not even the smell of smoke will be found on your clothes because I have shielded your dignity. The ground beneath your feet is shifting to make room for your massive harvest. The seeds of obedience you planted in the dark are breaking through the soil right now. You will reap in joy what you sowed in painful tears. The stagnation that blocked your progress for 5 years is dissolving under the heat of my word over your life. You are walking out of the prison of fear into absolute freedom. The weight that sat on your chest for months is gone completely. Your heart is light and your mind is clear, because my voice brings absolute order to your chaos. I am setting a table of abundance before you in the presence of those who tried to destroy your hope. I am restoring the years of your youth that were stolen by grief and trauma. I am healing the broken fragments of your heart and making you completely whole again. The love you gave to ungrateful hands was not wasted because I have kept it in my treasury. I am pouring that love back into your life through pure and faithful connections. You have passed the ultimate test of isolation, and your spirit remains unbroken. You did not deny my name when the night was cold and the answers seemed delayed. I am proud of your endurance, and I am crowning your faithfulness with a double portion of honor. The wilderness season has completed its holy work inside your character. The version of yourself that is stepping out of this desert is powerful. You possess a deep wisdom that cannot be bought with worldly riches. You carry an authority in prayer that makes the kingdom of darkness tremble. You are no longer a victim of your circumstances, because you have become a steward of my supernatural grace. Breathe deeply once more, and let this holy truth saturate your entire soul. Feel the heavy chains falling off your wrists and hitting the floor. You are completely unshackled, and you are totally free to move into your destiny. The shadow of the past has no power over the bright morning that I am creating for you right now. I am aligning your steps with destiny helpers who will accelerate your progress. You will no longer labor in vain or harvest in frustration. The blessing of the Lord makes rich and adds no sorrow with it. This is your reality, and this is the promise that I am sealing over your household before the close of this critical hour. Do not let anyone tell you that your dreams are impossible. The mouths of the lions are shut by my angels, and the fire has lost its power to burn you. Walk forward with your head held high because you are wearing the royal robes of my righteousness. The signature of God is written on your heart, and no human hand can erase it. The time for hiding your light is officially over. Step out of the shadows and let the world see the masterpiece I have formed in secret. The pain was deep because the calling was immense. The processing was long because the platform will be global. You have been prepared for such a time as this, and your hour has arrived. The burden has fallen to the ground completely. Your soul has become as light as a feather. Now, let me teach you how to seal this blessing permanently into your life in these final words. The rescue journey is finished, and the next step belongs entirely to your faith and your complete obedience to my voice today. The storm has passed away completely. You can feel the quiet stillness of my peace settling into the deep soil of your soul. The heavy anchors of guilt and trauma have been lifted by my right hand. You are standing on a clean horizon, and a brand new day is opening before your eyes. Do not look back at the wreckage, because the past has nothing new to tell you. I am establishing your steps in a territory of absolute security. The enemy wanted you to remain trapped in the memories of your yesterday. He wanted you to keep nursing the wounds of old betrayals because he knows that a wounded soldier is easy to manipulate. But I have poured my fresh oil over your head, and your soul is completely restored today. You are no longer the person who walked into this wilderness months ago. You have been completely transformed by the power of my presence. The exhaustion that made your bones ache is replaced by a supernatural strength that will never fail you. You are stepping forward with a clear vision and an unbroken confidence because you know who walks beside you. Let this divine stillness anchor your thoughts during the coming days. The world will try to pull you back into its loud and chaotic rhythm. The people who do not understand your calling will try to bring their old noise into your sacred space while you are trying to build your new life. But you must remain immovable, like a high mountain, because my seal is written on your forehead. I am promising you a daily guidance that will never leave you confused. You will not have to guess your way through the dark anymore because my voice will be a clear lamp unto your feet. When you need to make a critical choice, I will whisper the exact direction into your spirit, and you will move with absolute precision because heaven is directing your steps. Your financial house is being rebuilt on a rock of supernatural stability. The spirit of lack that made your family line suffer is gone forever. I am releasing hidden resources and surprising opportunities into your hands during this new season. You will become a source of great blessing for many nations because you are my chosen steward. Do not let the small worries of tomorrow steal the heavy weight of my glory from your heart. When the adversary brings a thought of fear, answer him with a shout of praise. You are fully protected by a massive army of angels that you cannot see with your physical eyes. They are standing guard around your home and your children right now. Your physical body is receiving a fresh wave of divine healing in this hour. The chronic pain and the quiet sicknesses that drained your vitality are dissolving under my touch. I am restoring the vibrant energy of your youth because I need your vessel to be strong for the mission ahead. You will walk in absolute health and vigor. The love that you gave to ungrateful people will return to you in a beautiful harvest. I am aligning pure and faithful connections to support your destiny journey. You will no longer walk this path in total isolation, because I am bringing true brothers and sisters to your side. They will honor your light, and they will protect your heart. You have stepped out of the old role of a victim, and you have entered your true identity as a cycle breaker. The chains of generational trauma are broken, and they cannot reattach themselves to your spirit. You are free to build an entirely new legacy for the generations that will follow your name. You are a pioneer of my grace. What I have spoken over your life today is a holy seal that the enemy cannot duplicate. It is an absolute guarantee of my protection and my favor. But you must be careful to guard this seed with your actions. Do not let the idle chatter of the world or the digital distractions of this platform snatch this peace away from your soul. I need you to take your first step of trembling obedience right now. Do not wait for a better feeling or a more convenient hour. The declaration has been made in the heavens, and what remains is your physical response on this earth. Do not let this moment pass away without anchoring your agreement firmly in the physical realm. Like this message right now to confirm your alignment with my covenant. When you touch that screen, let it be a physical sign that your heart is fully agreeing with my promise. You are telling the unseen realm that you believe my word, and you are ready to receive the breakthrough that was authorized for your destiny today. Comment your declaration of praise below to lock this blessing into your reality. Write down the words of your faith so that the enemy can read your victory. Write amen or write a sentence of gratitude from the deepest place of your heart. Let your testimony become a permanent record in the public square of this world. Do not keep this light hidden inside your own quiet circle. Share this divine message with 3 specific souls who are secretly crying out for hope in the dark. You know who they are because you can recognize their exhaustion. When you send this word to them, you are acting as my extended hand of rescue for their tired lives. You are completing your divine assignment when you share my comfort with others. You are becoming a channel of my light in a dark world. Do not let fear or hesitation stop you from being a blessing to those 3 people. They are waiting for a sign from heaven, and your obedience will be the exact answer to their prayers. Subscribe to this channel with the notification bell turned on so you never wander away from my daily guidance. This is not a random video that you watch once and forget. This is a consistent well of living water that I have placed in your path so that your spirit can be fed every single day. The adversary wants you to disconnect from this frequency as soon as the video ends. He wants you to go back to the mindless scrolling and the loud entertainment that numbs your soul. But I am commanding you to stay alert and protect your sacred space. Keep your eyes fixed on my instruction and your feet on my path. Your mind is no longer a battleground for toxic thoughts and heavy doubts. I have cleared the wreckage of your old anxieties, and I have built a fortress of security around your heart. You can sleep peacefully tonight without running through 1,000 scenarios in your head because your future is fully secure in my hands. You have received the truth, and now you possess the victory. The shift is complete, and the new timeline is running. Walk out into your day with your head held high and your heart full of my praise. You are no longer alone because the Creator of the stars is walking right beside you through every single valley. Look at the thousands of other chosen souls who are standing beside you in this digital sanctuary. You are part of a global tribe that is awakening to my true voice. Your shared faith is creating a powerful shield against the darkness of this world while we are establishing the kingdom of light on this earth. Come closer for my final blessing before we close this conversation. Breathe slowly and receive my absolute favor over your life. I bless your going out, and I bless your coming in. I bless the labor of your hands, and I bless the thoughts of your mind. You are completely loved, and you are forever protected by my grace. My presence will remain in the room with you long after these words disappear from your screen. I am your shield, and I am your exceeding great reward. Do not fear the shadows, because my light is shining inside you. Go forward in power and peace. I am with you always, even until the end of the world. Amen.